Board meeting. Sir, I have a complaint to turn in. You are impeding the complaint process. You're violating multiple of my civil rights. Can't see good at this one. Are you going to let me into my publicly funded building so I can turn in my complaint form, sir? You are impeding the complaint process. You are violating my First and Fourth Amendment rights. I have freedom of the press, and I also have freedom to film this business that I have with you guys. It has been ruled on that we can film our police officers. Right, sir? What's your name? Are you even a sworn officer? I dare him to try to get me for something for beating on the door, because what would that be? Entrapment. Right, guys? No name. Grow some balls. Come on. Come get my complaint. Get Wolford. All right, hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. Hello? Hello? I need to turn my complaint forms in, sir. Hello? I have a complaint form. I need to use this building for my services. I have business here, and you are denying me access. Hello? Hello? I need to come in the building to turn my paper into a supervisor without doing it in front of you two that are violating my rights. I also need 2 more complaint forms. 2 more. Piece of shit, man. You guys see how easy it is?
You need to come in, sir?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Come on in.
Excuse me, get your body off me, Jim. Get your body off me. Excuse me. I'm trying to turn my complaint forms in, Jim.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
I'm not.
Don't touch me. Get your hand away from my ass.
Let me close the door.
Get your hand away from my ass, sir. Get your hand away from me. Guys, do you see what's going on here? Mike, tell him to get the lieutenant. Excuse me. Excuse me, you're literally touching me.
If you continue to touch me, you're going to be charged.
For what?
So get your body off
For
of me.
what? It doesn't matter. It's not a lawful order. You're violating my rights. Look what Jim's doing to me.
My hand's behind my back.
Look at him.
Get your body
He's
off
impeding
of me.
my movement. He's stopping my
Get
journalism.
your body off of
No,
me.
get
Or
away
you're
from
going
me.
to be charged with obstructing justice.
For what? For what?
For obstructing
For what?
justice.
That's not obstruction. Do it then. Do it. You'll get
Move.
false arrest, bro.
Move back.
Get off
or you're
me.
going to be arrested.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Move
Don't
back.
push me, bro. Mutt, you need to get one of them motherfuckers. He's putting his hands on me.
My hand's behind my back.
No, you're putting your fucking body on me. Now get away from me. I have a right to be in this building, and I have a right to turn in my complaint.
You do understand if you walk in with these forms, you're getting arrested.
No, I'm not. I was here last week, honey. Oh, yeah? I'm getting arrested. That's a violation of the 14th Amendment. What am I going to be arrested for? Don't hurt him, Mutt.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
No, it's not. You can't tell him what his business is. Jim is
Excuse
still
me,
physically
sir.
touching me, guys. Jim is still physically touching me.
You need to move your arm, Jim.
Excuse me, sir.
You've already screened me.
Get your
You know that
hands
I'm not
away
a
from me.
security
Get your
threat.
body off me.
You need to let me in.
You already walked out. You're done.
You don't know if he has more business here or not, and clearly we do, and he's a witness to my complaint. Get your hands off me, Jim. You are not allowed to use your body to impede my movement or to intimidate me. It's a federal offense.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Excuse us.
Are you refusing me access
Yes,
to the building?
I
On
am.
what grounds?
Excuse us.
On what grounds?
Excuse me,
Stop
Jim.
pushing me, ma'am.
I'm trying to
You
make my
don't
way
get
through.
to say shit, buddy. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, exactly. You're violating our rights. Arrest us, please. Please arrest us. We'd love the lawsuit, wouldn't we?
Do something.
Wouldn't we? Bye, honey.
Do something. Take me down. Balls.
Right? You got the balls behind the glass, don't you, buddy?
Come on. Come on.
Come on, man. Let's see it.
Do something.
Do it.
You need to let me in the building.
You're violating our rights. You are impeding our travel. You are not allowing us.
Take up the pace.
Get your hands away from me.
Come on, buddy.
Get your hands away from me, sir.
So you're not gonna let me in, right?
I have a complaint
Hang
to
on.
turn in.
Let's see this.
Hold that. I'm going live.
So we show that he's actually just straight up.
Yeah, look what he's doing. He's literally ramming his body into me for like minutes.
What order?
It's an unlawful order, Jim.
What's the
Get
order?
away from
Is that
us
a
now.
Order.
Get
You
away.
tell me to step back.
Guys, look what he's doing. We are at the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office
Why
right
won't you
now.
Look at me, buddy?
The
Come
order
on.
is a step back from the door.
Under
What's the
what
order?
penalty?
Get away from me, sir.
Man, you're impeding my space. You're
No, you are
Oh!
impeding our
Oh,
travel.
shit!
You are
Oh,
No, you are
shit!
violating multiple.
We are impeding your space, but what you're doing, acting as a public official under color of law, is not impeding our free travel and will.
Have you
Is
heard?
that right?
Have you heard of Title 18 USC Section
Oh,
241,
no.
conspiracy against rights, or
Oh,
Title
no,
18
boy.
USC Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law?
still here.
Right?
Still here.
Right?
at the
What are these?
courthouse
These are federal
on Etna
offenses.
Road.
Federal offenses. You guys are
and they're
fucked.
Still blocking.
All right, Title 42 USC Section 14141, pattern and practice, right, Jim? This is a pattern and practice for LaSalle County Sheriff's Department to violate our rights, isn't it? Why don't you get Templeton to come to the county board meeting with us? We'll
Yeah.
squash it right then and there. But right now, you have your hands on me, and you need to get the fuck away from me right now.
My hands are
Everybody,
on you.
we are at the
You know
LaSalle
what?
County
It's not
Sheriff's
like
Office.
it's on your ass.
Jim and this
On my
douchebag
back.
right here are blocking our travel. Jim is physically touching me right now.
No, you're touching
As
me.
I'm
If
trying
you
to get in the
continue,
building,
you'll be arrested
as
for
I'm trying to
touching
get
me
in the
and
building,
battering me.
Touching
the number,
you and battering
the
you.
number
Am I-
is
am I touching you,
815-433-2161.
How we
Step
doing?
back.
815-433-2161.
Now.
No. We are trying to get into our publicly funded building to turn in complaints.
Move back
We are trying to
from
turn
my
in
area.
complaints, guys. 815-433-2161. We are live on YouTube, guys.
So once again, they outnumber us.
Are you gonna
with
shut your phones
with
off
armed
again?
From my
people.
Where's
area.
Waldo? Thank you. Thank
I've
you,
asked
guys.
numerous times
Look at this.
for you
Look
to
what he's
move back
doing.
from my area.
Look what he's doing. I'm trying to turn this complaint in.
Yes.
For what? Get your hands off me. Get your hands
You're under
off
arrest.
me. Get your hands off me. I'm trying to turn in a complaint.
Let go of the phone.
Let go of my phone. Let go of my phone. You broke my pen. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking-
All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. All right, now, so for those of you that are familiar with Accountability Angel, who you just saw in my intro here, and I showed a portion of the video that pretty much got her into problems. Well, hey, she was found guilty, and she will be receiving jail time. Now, let me just say that a portion of me feels sorry for her. You know, I remember when I first started putting out videos, Accountability Angel was one of the individuals that I used to target because of the shit that she pulled, okay? She had a nasty way of treating people, well, public employees as well as law enforcement officers, okay? Again, I've mentioned this in a few of my videos where, unfortunately, these individuals that feel that their rights allow them to talk to our public employees and officers like they're pieces of shit. Now, listen, I truly understand that government was put into place to secure our rights. I truly understand that. The government didn't give us our rights. Their job is to secure our rights. But that doesn't mean that we have to treat them like shit. I honestly understand a lot of what the frauditors throw out there, but I think a lot of them, the way they go about exercising their rights is truly disgusting, okay? Regardless that public employees and police officers, their job is to serve us, if you want to call it that, because public servant, I hate that. I hate that word and that meaning, okay? Again, when I look at our public employees and law enforcement officers, I truly see another individual like myself that's doing a job. And then when the frauditors look at a public employee or law enforcement officer, They see a servant, a slave, literally. Okay? So, again, their whole way of thinking is truly disgusting. Now, let me just say, a good portion of the video is going to be coming from the Frog. I will put a link in the description to his channel. It is a channel, guys. If you're not subscribed to his channel, you're missing out. This guy gets the dirt on everything before everybody. So, again, I will put a link to his channel in the description. Check it out. Subscribe. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Now, I'm going to jump into the video, but I will say that, again, I felt sorry just knowing that I don't wish jail on nobody. So, again, the human in me feels sorry for her. But when you watch her videos and you see how she treats our public employees as well as law enforcement officers, then you say, good for her. Good for her and every other asshole that's out there that's doing this shit. I think we're all fully aware they're not doing this for rights. They're not fighting for anybody's rights. They're doing this shit for the YouTube fame and the money. Let's jump in the video and let me know your thoughts on the video, guys. Hey, and I'll see you in my next one.
The so-called accountability angel will learn her fate in the courtroom of Judge H. Chris Ryan this afternoon. A jury last month found 31-year-old Angel Farmer of Peru guilty of 2 counts of battery and a count of obstruction of justice. They agreed with prosecutors who said the self-proclaimed independent journalist had made physical contact with courthouse security. All 3 charges are misdemeanors. Farmer and her brother Jacob have attracted a following on social media where they post videos of what they call audits of public facilities. Prosecutors said that she and her brother skirmished with officers at the LaSalle County Government Complex in 2021 and that they were trying to get arrested in order to attract attention to her YouTube channel. The state said she became frustrated by how restrained security was acting toward them, so she and her brother upped the ante by causing physical contact with officers at an entrance to the building. Angel's attorney argued that public employees at the courthouse didn't like her hanging around because she's exposed corruption. He also characterized Farmer's tactics as a great service. Last year, Farmer's brother Jacob was found guilty of battery and obstructing justice in the incident as well. He was sentenced to 2 years probation and 3 weekends in the county jail. WLPL will report from the courthouse once Angel Farmer is sentenced.
Judge H. Chris Ryan begins. Attorney Slaughter has filed a motion asking for dismissal because a prosecutor walked into the jury room as they were deliberating. State notes attorney was public defender, not assistant state's attorney. It was addressed on record at verdict. Motion denied. State has witnesses before sentencing. Calls Peru police officer Nick Biagoni to establish an antagonistic relationship between the officer and Farmer. Officer says he'd had to break up a fight during a child custody exchange in the parking lot between Farmer and her child's paternal great-grandmother. Testifies she'd refused to leave at the end of the exchange and in fact eventually filed a complaint about illegal detainment against the officer. A few months later, another exchange was to take place at the department. She didn't show. Officer says he went to her home and woke her up and she demanded he bring the child to her. He declined. In May 2023, officer says he encountered Farmer at a kids' softball game in Peru. He was coaching. Farmer's daughter was playing for the other team. Says Farmer screamed at Biagoni about coaching his players to bully her daughter. Says Farmer recorded the incident on video and posted it to the Accountability Angel YouTube channel. More objections by attorney Slaughter. Says he's been portrayed as the enemy of the people at least 5 times on her page. She also included an image of his daughter with face edited out. Slaughter crosses, gets officer to admit she hadn't broken the law in his encounters with her and that they just didn't get along. State calls Deputy Sheriff and Court Security Officer Donna Ortiz, who's been the target of video attacks by Farmer on her YouTube channel. Testifies another Deputy Bonts was in an altercation with Farmer at the downtown courthouse and that it was videotaped. State asked to enter the video as evidence. Defense says it has to be the full video and Judge Ryan agrees. State shows the video. Right, this is the video being played. Video shows her interactions as Farmer is challenged by a deputy as she tries to get paperwork in the downtown courthouse. Bonds challenges her, saying she cannot record. She retorts that they're tramping on my constitutional rights. It's basic 8th grade knowledge. You might want to learn the law a little better. Give me a judge's order that says I can't record. Freedom of the press, bro, she says. She claims the deputies are denying her services and wants their names so she knows whom she has to file a complaint on. Get the F away from me, she says, as Bonds decides to record her. She says he's using his phone on public time and that she can FOIA the video now. Narrates the video calling Bonds an oath breaker. Get out of my way, she says, as deputy tries to block door to the records office. Where the F did you go to school, dude? Are you crazy? Jesus Christ. When challenged by the deputy, she says she's entitled to say what she wants. Note that she's fought with deputies and it got blasted all over YouTube. Continues cursing and calling the deputies tax dollar wasting goons. Farmer asks the deputy if he breaks his vows to his wife like he breaks his work oath. You're effed up, insists. Insists the deputy call the sheriff. Narrates that the last she's checked, using the F word is freedom of speech. You need to get the F out of my way. Is this kidnapping? We're here to check the government, she says. Deputy says, I thought you were here to file paperwork. After about 30 minutes of video is shown, State returns to questioning Deputy Donna Ortiz. Says Farmer has come in for complaint forms and says Farmer and Donna's father would be rolling over in his grave if he knew how she is behaving. Ortiz testifies Angel taunted former LaSalle police chief, now a courthouse deputy, Uranic about his wife and his relationship with her. His wife had passed away at the time. On another occasion, Ortiz says Farmer again commented that she was sorry Ortiz's father had passed, but that he would still be ashamed of Ortiz. Slaughter objects, asking relevant. State responds that part of the point of the proceeding is to show Farmer's character. Judge retorts to State, I'm not sleeping. You can keep shoveling and shoveling and shoveling. Really? Right, on to the defence. Defence calls Angel Farmer's brother, Jacob Farmer, to testify. That's Justice Jake. Testifies they'd been in foster care and were adopted by the same family at Angel's request. Slaughter asks about Angel's children. Says one has a medical issue, a rare type of juvenile arthritis. Actually says others could take care of the kids if Angel were to be locked up, which seems to be something the defence wouldn't want to hear. Jacob says she visits blessing boxes a lot and makes sure they're stocked with needs for the poor. She does a lot of good. A lot of what we've heard is about the past. Says LaSalle Mayor Jeff Grove thanked her at the last council meeting for not giving us any problems, and we don't want to give you any problems. Testifies she's teaching her kids right from wrong, respect and manners. A lot of people don't see it that way, he says. Referring to the day she was arrested, he says there were a lot of mistakes made on a lot of fronts. Says some people can't admit they're wrong, and that to Angel it's not about clicks. State asks if she's a self-employed independent journalist. Says he doesn't know how she's paid as a journalist. In closing, State says Farmer herself said the whole reason the arresting incident happened was because of her altercation with Bonds, and that as seen in the video she was belligerent, and also notes that during the video screening a few minutes ago Farmer was smiling. State says there's a lot of evidence that her videos are her form of journalism and that she's paid for the videos. Notes Farmer has a history of prior delinquency and has been let off light each time. Says the sentence has to be necessary to prevent other Angel Farmers and to stop her from committing more crimes in the future. Says phone lines at the courthouse have been jammed up by her followers at her encouragement. Sentence needs to send a message loud and incredibly clear that in LaSalle County we care about our brothers in blue. One factor alone would normally be a mitigating factor, that she's a mother. State asks why she didn't pick up her kids when she didn't feel like it. Asks why she would insult other parents, the deputies who've testified she verbally abused them as parents. Defendant's attitude and character, even post-verdict, shows she's likely to reoffend. The victims are our first line of defence. She's made a mockery of their careers on multiple occasions. She's made their job pure misery. She shows not even a scintilla of remorse or understanding of her actions. Ask that, among other things, Farmer be ordered to have no contact with certain deputies and Officer Biagioni, serve 100 days in jail and get anger management counselling. Farmer reads a statement saying she's a journalist, that she's a First Amendment guardian. Her checks, she says, have proven educational to her followers and law enforcement. Once again, notes her auditing of micro-pantries for the poor. I don't run around with a camera trying to cause problems, she says. She points out safety and security flaws. Says LaSalle Mayor Jeff Grove expressed approval of her at this week's City Council meeting. I do not run around bullying public employees. I use my skills to benefit others. I treat people right, she says. Says she's helped police with investigations. I'm not in this for clout. I take responsibility for my actions in March 2021. Says she's proud of the work on her stories and that she de-escalates situations. Insists she makes a difference. Apologises for her past actions. Lists her help for a number of governments. LaSalle, Peru, Oglesby, Ladd, Spring Valley, Princeton, Bury County, Ottawa, Grundy County, Minoka, Illinois State Police, Dixon, Sterling, Springfield, Sangamon County, Lincolnwood, Skokie, Mendota, Benton, Kentucky, Oswego, North Area, Germantown Hills, Woodford County, Metamora, Dupuy, Peoria, Pekin, Seneca, Zion, Cedar Point, and many others. Well, that was quite a lot, actually. Slaughter notes her foster care upbringing, her lack of education, past high school, her role as a mother of two, and abuse by her husband against her and her children. He says she's done nothing illegal. She's holding public officers accountable. Says Deputy Bonts battered her when he turned off her camera. I don't know about these First Amendment audits. What I do know that, as a citizen, she has a right to hold public officials accountable and to public information with respect to public officials who are not doing her job. Their job, I think that means. I don't think she'll reoffend. She has no prior convictions. Ask that Ryan be lenient and give her probation and community service, but no jail time. She may be in danger if she's locked up in LaSalle County, and that she may have good reason. So if she gets time, he asks that it happen in another county. She could have done a better job, but she didn't, and here we are. Right, sentencing. Judge Ryan reviews the case. By law, she's required to do public service. She has some alcohol-related offences, but she's paid her debt. She has 2 kids, one with a medical condition. Video is interesting. She has a very loose understanding of what her constitutional rights are. The swearing on the video would be enough to be removed from the building. The conjugation of the F word was done how many times? Her children are the only thing that makes him hesitate to jail her. 6 weekends in county jail starting August 17. Ryan doesn't think he can say where she serves elsewhere, but she has to do them here. 2 years conditional discharge. Cannot violate any laws. Can't have a weapon. She has to do anger management sessions. She has to come back in 1 year to show she's complied. She's allowed access to public buildings. She cannot enter LaSalle County Courthouse for 2 years unless she prearranges meetings. Right, just before I finish, I'll play a radio show host local to her message to her. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Angel, before you go to jail, if you want to call the show at 223-3093 and lay out for all of us all the corruption that you found with all this mayhem and chaos that you've caused, 815-223-3093. All the energy, all the time, all the issues and problems that you've caused the taxpayers and the taxpayer-funded officials, why don't you call me with a list of all the skullduggery, malfeasance, and corruption that you found? I'll set aside about 8 seconds.
Including since she was found guilty, because she's been up there.